Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John and I have a new album review. The band is called Light the Torch, and the name of the album is called You Will Be the Death of Me. But before I begin, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and a lot more. So Light the Torch is a metalcore supergroup. So the most prominent member is Howard Jones. He was from the band Killswitch Engage. I think he left around 2012. Now Howard Jones, really great vocalist, and he's kind of like the Ronnie James Dio of like modern metal. He just has this very powerful voice, and I can say that because he has covered Dio's Holy Diver when he was with Killswitch Engage. He just has a really great voice. And in the band you have Francesco Artusato. He's a guitarist, and he was in the band All Shall Perish. We have bassist Ryan Wombatcher, so he was in a band called Bleeding Through. And on drums we have Alex Rudinger, and he's most known from the band Whitechapel. The band actually started with a different name called The Devil You Know. They released 2 albums under that name. So they released The Beauty of Destruction in 2014, and They Bleed Red in 2015. Then they changed their name to Light the Torch. They released Revival in 2018, and the new one in 2021, You Will Be the Death of Me. This new album has like a metalcore sound, but it's mixed with like electronic music and modern pop. You know, Howard Jones sounds really great. He's as good as ever. Really powerful voice. Mostly a clean style of singing, but sometimes it does get aggressive at times. And this is just like a very like, it's heavy, but there's like a lot of electronic music and a lot of like pop. It's just a big mix. I'll talk about all the songs right now. The album has 12 songs with a runtime of 42 minutes. So the album starts out with More Than Dreaming. First 20 seconds, just super heavy, really heavy metalcore riffs, blast beats. You know, Howard sounds really great. His signature melodic and clean style. And again, there's some electronic synth like as the song progresses. I like the deep bass sound in the song, and there's also a brief guitar solo towards the end. Next song is called Let Me Fall Apart. This one is very like pop oriented. It's kind of like modern pop mixed with that like modern metal. You know, it has those like whoa, 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 something like that. Those like song vocal samples you hear in like all these like pop songs. That's like in the song. It kind of took away from the heaviness of it, but that was there. The next song is called End of the World. It's very synth heavy. It does have some aggressive vocals by Howard. The song has a mix of like heavy guitars and synth. Next song is called Wilting in the Light, and a lot of like electronic synth sound. And this is the kind of song that like would fit on like the Matrix soundtrack or any one of the Matrix movies. It has that like heavy like electronic synth sound. Next is The Death of Me, another heavy electronic pop song. Lots of keyboards, and the guitars sound pretty good. The guitars are mixed a little low, but it does have a cool breakdown at the end with some like heavy crunchy riffs. And you do start to hear some like harsher vocals. The next one is called Living with a Ghost, and this one is a lot heavier than the previous songs, more aggressive vocals, some heavy guitars, kind of like an industrial metal feel, some melodic pop elements and electronica still there. This one does have a little more of an extreme metal sound. It's like a little heavier than the other ones, but it's really good. Next is Become the Martyr, and this song starts out slow, a lot more atmospheric than the others, and it has that like futuristic like Matrix soundtrack kind of synth sound. Kind of reminds me of like a Linkin Park song, but if you replaced like Chester with Howard and took out like the Mike Shinoda rapping, it's kind of something like that. The next song is called Something Deep Inside, and has some pretty cool heavy guitars, some aggressive vocal parts, and cool guitar solo. I like that one. Next is I Hate Myself. This one moves at a slower pace. The vocals sound good. It's pretty cool, nice bass sound. After that is Denying the Sin, and just a heavy song with some aggressive vocals, and again a lot of synth, a lot of heavy guitars. Second and last song is called Come Back to the Quicksand. And this one's a bit more melodic than the others, but it still has all the same elements as like the rest of the songs. I do like the breakdown in this one. It does go into like a guitar solo with a pretty cool like wah-wah effect. that was okay. And the last song is the one I probably enjoyed the most, and probably just like because of my age, and it's a cover of Terence Trent D'Arby's "Sign Your Name," and that was a big hit in the late '80s. A song that's just very, a song that I know very well. You know, sign your name across my heart. I want you to, something like that. I forget the lyrics, but you know, it's just a memorable song for me, and Howard does a really great vocal performance. I probably like that a lot, and it really works as like an electro pop, like metalcore song. So I like that. And in conclusion, not really sure what to say about the album. You know, for me it was okay. It was good, but it's, you know, it's not something you know, I was like crazy about. But I think if you're a fan of Howard Jones and like Killswitch Engage, you might like him more. I do like the heavy parts of the album. My biggest complaint is that the songs do tend to sound the same after a while. You know, on a positive note, like I keep saying, the vocals are great. Now the album is probably more for fans of like electronic music than like a metal fan. You know, if you're looking for like something like super heavy metal album, this might not be for you. But if you do like that, like synth heavy muse or electronic music mixed with metalcore, you might like it. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I did enjoy it a few times. I probably won't go back to it too much, but you know, it was a decent listen. So that is it. Let me know what you thought of this. Have you heard it? Have you heard the other albums? I haven't heard the other albums yet, so let me know what you thought. And coming up tomorrow, I have a new release by the band Pestilence. It's a death metal band. They're a really cool, like old school death metal band, and it's pretty cool. Really good. I'll have that review out tomorrow, but before that, I actually have another collab video. It's going to be with Josh Quiche, and I released that one a little later, which will be tomorrow for me, but if you're in the UK, it might be tomorrow already. And we're going to be doing a tier list of thrash metal bands, so that should be fun. That's about it, and then next week I'll just go back to my regular things. So anyway, please check out the in-video links, and I will see you pretty soon with another video. So